The NBA is taking bids from cities on awarding a new team. Not really bids from cities, but bids from rich people. And it's probably going to cost some rich person about $2.5 billion a year if he wants to get a brand new NBA franchise. And this is great for NBA owners because they get to split the fees on the $2.5 billion. And some of these dudes need some cash because, pandemic, all of this stuff, right? But is this good for the NBA? Like, go take a look at the map. There really aren't that many cities that the NBA needs to be in. In fact, there's a lot of cities the NBA is already in that it shouldn't be in. So going back to Seattle, a top 15 market, that would make sense. Going into Las Vegas, where they already got the hockey team, not every city can support a hockey team and a basketball team. I don't think that's one of them. I don't think there are that many places left for the league to go, but it'll get $5 billion in the pockets of the owners.
Well, that's what's so interesting about this to me, Bo, is because, normally you think expansion, you think your league is flourishing. You think, oh, I'm going to get a couple other cities and really grow my league. And here what you're talking about is this is sort of a life raft for the league because they need money. They need this $5 billion and these owners need all this. So it just makes you think, okay, is that really going to thrive? And I think when you look at what Glenn Taylor's doing in Minnesota and selling that franchise, if he can only get a bid of about 1.5 billion, doesn't sound like a lot compared to 2.5, but that is a lot, right? The question is if somebody wants to keep them in Minnesota. So if you're looking at the Minnesota franchise and saying, okay, yeah, I'll buy them, but I'm going to move them to another city, then yeah, you're probably looking at Seattle or Las Vegas in that scenario. So until you find out what happens in Minnesota, you can't really put a price on those other franchises yet. Are these franchise values going up or are they dropping down because of, pandemic? And so I think there's just this really gray area right now with the league. And if they find a way to put a franchise in Seattle and put a franchise in Las Vegas and line these owners' pockets, it's going to be the type of life raft that they're going to need, the type of move that the league needs. Because again, we saw things going this way. All of a sudden, you're talking about a $5 billion boost. That would be quite the get.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a terribly short-sighted money grab because right now times are tough. You're supposed to expand when people want more. This is not a situation where it feels like people want more NBA. It feels like, if anything, I've really enjoyed the dispersion of talent around the league. I'm not sure that I want it even dispersed even further. Like, from a standpoint of watching the games, I like what we got right now. We got some powerful teams. We got some ambiguity on who's going to win the championship. I'm not sure I need some more bottom of the league teams, which is what these expansion teams are going to be. And I think in the long run, obviously, these franchise values will go up. Getting in on professional sports doesn't seem like a bad investment, but expanding the number of teams does seem like it devalues the investment that these guys already have. And I guess that's what the money up front is for. But this seems like what you do when you can't quite get everything you have and you want to go into layaway, which is what these not as rich owners are doing. They're trying to get into some sort of same day check cashing scheme so they can get some money in their pocket, which never, ever pans out well, especially when you don't have to. These guys who need some money, call one of the guys who have money. Call Ballmer and tell them to loan you a couple $100 million for a few months, because that will be better for the long-term health of this league and for the long-term value of the franchises that these people own.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.